What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room. And this is where we at now. So, of course, I had this run across my feed. And the thing of this is, I thought that this was crazy out here, people. So, as you clearly see the title of the broadcast, this man decided to yell racial slurs on a plane. Now, as you can clearly see, I've never heard of this plane industry here, this breezy. I've never heard of breezy planes. I guess it's something new. I don't know. But so this airline decided to not deal with that crap, and they hemmed his ass up. So we're going to go here now, and we're going to check this out. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Tonight, the man seen in this video on board a Breeze Airways flight appearing in court and facing federal charges.
They said they had him restrained. He broke out, and there's passengers holding him down now.
Authorities arresting 46-year-old David Carter after the airline says he started a physical altercation with flight attendants and other passengers on board.
The men behind me are like, yo, he's drunk. And then the next thing you know, he's belligerent. He's doing too much. He's using racial slurs. He's in people's faces.
Passenger PK Mackey says a football player on the flight jumped in to help after Carter broke free twice from his restraints.
Thank God for linebacker 17C because he really saved the day.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Hold on. What the fuck did she just say? Stop this shit. This is crazy out here. Hold on.
17C because he really saved the day. I've been flying.
Man. You gotta hear that.
Broke free twice from his restraints.
Thank God for linebacker 17C because he really saved the day.
Linebacker 17C. Hey, bro. You saved the day out there, whoever you are. You saved the day. Jesus Christ. She called him linebacker 17.
I've been flying for over 10 years, and I ain't never witnessed no mess like this.
The flight was heading from Norfolk, Virginia to Los Angeles Wednesday when the pilot made the decision to divert to Grand Junction, Colorado.
There's information that he struck a flight attendant.
The airline saying one flight attendant and one passenger were evaluated for minor injuries.
It was really surreal to see with the plane pulling in and seeing all the cop vehicles and I guess the feds right outside. It was really insane.
The FAA says this is among more than 1,000 reports of unruly passengers already this year. And tonight, Transportation Secretary Duffy with a warning saying that it is a felony to assault a flight attendant and that assailants will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
Yo, well, this is where we at right here. So, yeah, of course, we got a couple of other places I want to carry you guys and things like that. And we're going to see what else is being said about the situation at hand with this dude right here that decided to get on this plane and act a plumb fool. This is ridiculous here. Jesus Christ, man. You got Sha'Carri Richardson acting an ass in the airport. This dude just popped off. He decided to yell out racial slurs during the flight of a plane. Oh, my goodness, man. What is going on with these people in the world here? This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. Hold on, man. We got to go here next, man, because it gets even more crazier.
New details now on the unruly passenger who forced a flight from Virginia to LAX to be diverted to Grand Junction, Colorado. Tonight, that flight finally touching down at LAX, and the passengers with quite a story to tell. Eyewitness News reporter Jory Rand joining us live from LAX after speaking with some of them. Jory.
It was quite an ordeal today, Mark. That plane left Norfolk, Virginia about 9:15 East Coast time this morning. Those passengers got to the airport about 2 hours earlier, probably left for the airport about an hour before that. Add it all together, that's about 3:15 a.m. West Coast time, and they finally touched down here tonight. An unruly passenger aboard a Breeze Airways flight this morning from Norfolk, Virginia to LAX caused such a scene that passengers had to step in to help subdue him, and the plane had to divert to Grand Junction, Colorado.
They're calling it a level 4 disturbance now. They said they had him restrained. He broke out, and there's passengers holding him down there.
The airline had to call in a new flight crew to finish the flight, so tonight, almost 8 hours after their scheduled arrival, these weary travelers.
Hold on, man. They had to call in a new flight crew? Man. Wow. Dude was on that plane acting the ass, man. You got to think about this shit. So they diverted to Colorado. leaving from Virginia. And of course, because by that time, this dude was acting stupid crazy on the plane. He lost his mind, whatever he probably took before he got on the plane, plus the drinks and shit. Let's just keep this honest. Nobody really drug tested this cat and saw what he really had in the system and things like that. I guarantee you he had more in the system than just them few drinks that he had on the plane. So he acted crazy out here. They didn't have to switch the whole crew out. He was in that bitch being totally disrespectful.
So what's the French toast?
Man, this idiot is wild, bro. He in that thing totally disrespected everybody.
Finally arrived in LA.
Jory, why am I here after 7:45? I'm gonna tell you why. This Tony Hawk wannabe from Outer Banks, North Carolina, with his skateboard, had too many Bloody Marys this morning.
Not the Tony Banks wannabe. Hey, I hope she ain't dissing Tony Banks. Hold on. I know who he is. You know what I'm saying? Good skater. I'm not in the skateboarding, of course not. But you know what I'm saying? I respect the brother's craft. He zoned in, he made it work, and he making good money off of it. So you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Let's keep going.
That passenger was heard using racist slurs and refusing to cooperate.
It's just stuff, saying a lot of stuff.
I didn't expect racism to be I didn't think it would be so open about it, just to be yelling stuff on the plane like that with kids around.
Man, this shit is shocking to her. Think about this. I'm an early 80s baby. I grew up, my grandparents and my elders were older people. I didn't grow up with no young, you know what I'm saying, the teenage mom or dad or no shit like that. My folks was the appropriate age, and my grandparents were the appropriate age for elders. This shit shocking to her. I remember watching, you know what I'm saying, the movies back in the day growing up about, Alabama and what happened, and, you know what I'm saying, with the three little girls, and also the marches that they did on the bridge and in cities they got, them cats was getting shot with water hoses. This is shocking to her about some white guy yelling racial slurs. And you got to think of how far we've come. Now, I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing, but it is pretty decent. We've come a long way as black people. This is shocking to black people when white folks talk crazy like this.
So what's the French toast is there to think about?
I'm just being honest.
I was like, wow, that's low-key very, very crazy.
When a flight attendant asked for help, this man, fellow passengers called the linebacker in 17C, stepped in to help.
And he just got up and just sat him down in the seat like a little kid.
Thank God for linebacker 17C, because he really saved the day.
My son was on there, and there was other kids on there, and so I just had to, sit him down.
Sometimes heroes can be camera shy too.
Once I heard the fights and say, "Can somebody help me?" It was like I just saw black almost, and I just grabbed him and set him down.
The man was taken off the plane by police to both cheers and boos. And now these passengers have quite a Hollywood tale to tell.
That was crazy. I didn't expect that to happen. You never really think that would happen to you until it happens. It's like a movie thing, wow. Wow.
Yeah, I bet she was, though. You know what I'm saying? Listen, look, it's crazy, though. And like I said, it's wild to see that these young people don't really even, know that at one point in time, white people used to talk like that. I'm talking about openly, that actually felt that way. Now, of course, all white people don't feel that way. Let's not even, try to act like that's the fucking truth. We're all grown out here. All people feel certain types of ways in each race. I don't give a fuck what it is. But listen, look, at this point right here, this I'm pretty sure he's going to be put on a no-flight list. I know I'm mumbling a little bit. But I guarantee you this back going to be put on the no-fly list, man. And thank God, he sound like he need to be set down immediately. Hold on. I'm sorry, you guys. Stick with me here. I got a little something going on for you. Let's go here now.
A flight to LAX is diverted after a passenger caused chaos midair. The Breeze Airways flight from Virginia landed in Grand Junction, Colorado, after police say the man, who was allegedly drunk, yelled racial slurs and waved a skateboard at staff
We're told crew members tried restraining him twice, but he broke free both times. The flight later resumed its journey and landed at LAX around 7 tonight, almost 12 hours after it took off. We spoke to a few passengers on that flight.
An unruly passenger spit on me, threw some stuff at me. I calmly told him to relax. Didn't want to do that, and he got restrained and ultimately taken off the flight.
So he on that spit. He on the flight spitting on people. Jesus, man, I'm telling you, man, that the man had to be high off something. Listen, look, this is just God's honest truth, man. You know, we all know people out here be how a lot of different things walking around this planet, especially in today's time. Everybody dealing with a lot of strife and turmoil and things like that, or think that they are sometimes, and when they're really not. And you know, the shit just complicated as fuck out here. Just being honest. But this is where it's at, though. Yeah, so he on there spitting on people, man. Listen, look, he get everything that he deserved. Real talk.
Did you see that coming when he was? Not at all. He was pretty intoxicated. I witnessed him drink at least 5 or 6 different alcoholic beverages. He's sitting right beside of me. And he wanted to get violent, and I chose peace at that time.
All I heard was the captain say we are no longer going to be selling alcohol, and all I could think of was the scene in Flight with Denzel Washington. I literally watched it 2 days ago, and I'm like, I know the captain not drinking. And I look over to my left, and it's this man. He's fidgeting. You know what I'm saying? And then the men behind me are like, yo, he's drunk. And then the next thing you know, he's belligerent. He's doing too much. He's using racial slurs. He's in people's faces. And then the linebacker dude that was sitting in 17th seat literally picked this man up underneath his armpits and put him down like it was in a car seat. It was amazing.
Well, my son was on there.
Oh, she turned on.
What the French toast is gonna think about?
Y'all know I'm stupid. You know I'm stupid. Don't try to play with me. Don't try to, hey, don't try to fucking play with me. You know I'm stupid. You know what I'm saying? Listen, look. You know I'm stupid. She turned on, boy. Hey, it is what it is, though. If she, listen, look. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if she tried to catch up with old boy. Give him some cooch that night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and there was other kids on there, and so I just had to, sit him down. And I knew he'd react to me because he was, going after the adults that's not so, big, I guess. To some that the ones he feel like he could bully. And once I heard the fights and say, "Can somebody help me?" It was like I just saw black almost, and I just grabbed him and set him down.
Wow.
Listen, look, man, yo.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
It is what it is at this point. Yeah, man. So that dude he need to get everything that he deserves. And this is just reality. He's running around here being a bat, disturbing people. You know what I'm saying? He a whole ninja out here, talking out the side of his neck, stuff like that. And like I said, though, real talk, man, I guarantee you, dude was on something before he even got on that fucking plane.
So what the French toast is there to think
I'm just
about?
being real with it. And for him to act that way and stuff like that, of course, that's something that's in him. He not playing around. Fuck that dumb shit. I'm going to tell y'all something that a lot of times has gotten lost and things like that. The old school sayings and stuff was shit. That shit's real. That shit was created for a reason. A drunk man tells no tales. He tells no tales. And you know what I'm saying? The thing of this is he'll tell you the God's honest truth straight from the fucking heart. A drunk man will. I'm telling you now. Just being honest. Real men out there, we know. We know what the business is. They actually engage in, the spirits. I'll put it that way. But yeah, though. Nah, this is where it's at, though. But this idiot, man. Sorry I had to go on that tangent, you guys. Sorry about that. But, this idiot, man, needs to get everything that he deserves. Because there's no telling what else he could have, really done something like that. That could have ended up a whole nother way. But it is what it is out here. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.